Moving on, I'm done with that. Speaking about Kevin Feige, and speaking about Bob Chapek, and speaking about Marvel and Disney and the MCU, we had rumours, we had full-on publications. I think it was The Wrap or someone like that anyway, a well-respected publication in Hollywood who know their stuff when it comes to exclusives and things like that. They don't go out on a whim and make shit up. We had them reveal that Chris Evans could potentially be coming back to reprise his role as, of course, Steve Rogers, Captain America in the MCU. Now, I'm wearing my Captain America hat. I cringe wearing this hat now. I never used to have the shield. I wore this hat all the time. I was happy. Now I've got the shield on the wall and I wear this hat. I just feel like an absolute goon wearing it. But I do love the hat, man, and I want to continue wearing it. So just ignore the shield behind me and focus on this one. I'm a fan of Captain America. I'm a fan of the Avengers and Marvel and all comic book movies in general. So, don't think that's going to cloud my judgment when I speak about this movie, but needless to say, Kevin Feige, as I've said down there, in a less, I don't know, diplomatic way, he's pissed on the Captain Return parade, because it looks as though he's saying it might not happen. This is coming in from Empire. I actually seen another channel covering this yesterday, and they have a similar kind of view to be on this, and that they think that it is smoke and mirrors, and that Cap will return. It's inevitable. I even think that Tony Stark will return. If it's maybe an AI version like Jarvis, I think this guy will be back at some point. You just cannot have these actors floating around and not have them in this MCU. It's John Campea says, leading into the WandaVision finale, it's the Marvel fake death cinematic universe. No one is truly dead in this universe, no matter what the likes of Feige or Evans say. No one is truly dead. The door is always opened. So I think they will come back at some point. That's me revealing my hand straight off the bat. But this is what he's had to say. He says, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, blah blah blah, they spelled the rumours. I rarely answer no to anything anymore, because things are always surprising me with what happens. But that rumour, I think, was dispelled rather quickly by the man himself, and he says that to Entertainment Weekly. And where he's getting that from, news to me, and a little shrug. Now, I don't know what Kevin Feige's interpretation of dispelling something himself means, but that ain't dispelling it, man. That was tongue-in-cheek, a little short shrift response on Twitter. He'd get wind of the rumours, the furore on social media about his potential return. He puts that little tongue-in-cheek thing on Twitter. That ain't concrete, man. That isn't dispelling nothing. That's leaving the door wide open. He's just saying news to me. That doesn't mean shit. So, I'll get into it now. I can understand why Feige's doing this. We're coming into Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's a project that's going to handle the legacy of Captain America. Who gets to wear the shield? Who has the right? Government interference. The US agent guy is going to come in. There's going to be a fugitive style thing going on. We're going to have, will it be Bucky? Will it be Sam? Will it be some other guy holding the shield? And when you're coming into a project like this, set to premiere tomorrow, and we've already had people watch the first episode, and I'm absolutely raging about that. But when you're coming into this project, the last thing you want the head of Marvel doing is coming in and saying, yes, Captain America is coming back, Steve Rogers will be back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and completely rendering Falcon and the Winter Soldier a lame duck. It'd be suicidal in terms of promotion, suicidal in terms of story. He will let this TV show play out over the course of the next 2.5 months, or however long it is, 2 months. And then if there's going to be something to be said about Captain America perhaps returning after that, then it will be announced then. He's not going to come out and say, yes, he's coming back. Neither is Chris Evans. That's not how it works. I believe the Wrap. I think he will be back. But I tell you what, see if he didn't come back, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Because ultimately he had 10, 11 years at this character. He gave his all. The character had its arc. He went back with Peggy Carter, and he lived happily ever after. We seen old man Cap come back. He handed the shield off. It was a poignant and a brilliant end. It was poetic. So if he's done with the character, and I seen Chris, as I said last night, doing an interview with Scarlett Johansson. They were speaking about their career, about Marvel, about all of their stuff, and he spoke about coming back to the character. He never ruled it out. He said never say never, but ultimately it'd have to be something really special. He'd come back and re-portray the character, because he gave it all. So if it ain't to be, so be it, man. He had a good run at it. The character was epic. The door's shut. That's absolutely fine. We move on with Sam. We move on with Bucky. We move on with Shang-Chi. All of the new guys. Absolutely fine by me. But also, if he comes back, I'll be in that theatre like a little bitch, screaming my head off, celebrating it. So I think he'll come back, ultimately. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Feige's telling the truth there.